My beloved child, pause for a moment and allow my words to settle gently in your heart. For I see your every thought, sense your every breath, and understand the longings that stir within your soul, even when you find it difficult to articulate them. I am the one who formed you before you took your first breath, and I have always been intimately aware of every moment, whether bright or dark, that has shaped your journey so far. And I want you to know that you are never alone, for I am always with you, enveloping you in my infinite love. Let your worries come to rest now, for I am holding you firmly, and there is no valley too deep nor mountain too high that I cannot guide you through. I know how you have searched tirelessly for reassurance in moments of confusion, and I promise that when you cannot see the path ahead, I will illuminate the way with my unceasing grace. Trust in my presence, for I have never abandoned you, and I will never abandon you. Take courage, dear one, for I have called you by name, and I long to wrap you in my tender embrace, giving rest to your soul. Yes, I am the Lord who watches over you, who never slumbers, and who stands guard at the door of your life, offering you a shield of protection that no earthly harm can penetrate. So do not fear the uncertainties that loom on the horizon. When the night grows silent and doubts begin to whisper discouragement, remember that I am the same one who walks beside you in the daylight, ready to shield you from the arrows of fear and the storms of despair. Trust that my mighty hands hold you and your future, for I have planned things for you that you have yet to discover, and my plan is never to harm you, but to prosper you with hope. I take every tear you cry, gather it as a precious token, and transform it into seeds that will eventually bloom into testimonies of faith. Rise up with renewed confidence, for there is no depth of sorrow I cannot turn into a wellspring of joy, and there is no darkness that my light cannot banish from your path. I see how you question your own worth from time to time, how you look at your reflection and wonder if you are truly valued in this vast world. And I want you to know that I formed you with great care and intention. You are a precious jewel in my eyes, molded with nuances and intricacies that mirror my own image, and there is an eternal purpose shining brightly within your soul, awaiting its moment to flourish. Even when others fail to see your potential, I have always regarded you as a beloved masterpiece, set apart for divine works of love and grace that only you can accomplish. Do not let the voices of the world reduce your identity to circumstances, mistakes, or fears, for I call you by name, and I call you mine. Walk confidently in this assurance, for your worth cannot be measured by human standards, but is established firmly by my own love and design. Allow me to remind you, I have watched your life unfold day by day, and I have known your joys and your sorrows, your triumphant laughter and your hidden tears. When you stumble, I rush to lift you, dusting off your bruises, and speak words of hope into your heart, because I have not created you for failure, but for growth and transformation. Though trials may seem endless, do not forget that I shape diamonds through immense pressure, forging brilliance out of tribulation, and I am doing the same in you. There is no moment of your life wasted, for even in the hardest circumstances, my grace is alive and weaving together a tapestry of redemption, proving that I work all things for good. Embrace this truth and let it fill your heart with the courage to keep stepping forward, for I am with you, guiding and guarding every part of your journey. I know that sometimes you yearn for someone to understand the silent battles you face, those sleepless nights where your heart races with concern over your loved ones and future, and I want you to know that I see it all, and I am intimately acquainted with your every sigh. When the burdens of life feel too heavy to carry, and you wonder if anyone truly cares or notices your pain, remember that I am here, always listening, always aware, even when you cannot perceive my presence with your physical senses. Let me be the one you run to, the refuge in the midst of all storms, because I never tire of comforting you, and I never grow weary of being your safe haven. Surrender your worries into my capable hands. Allow me to shoulder your anxieties, and you will find freedom and rest that surpasses your understanding. Step into the brightness of hope, for you do not walk these roads alone, and I will lead you each step of the way. Every trial and stumbling block that appears in your path, I am more than ready to transform into an opportunity for growth, faith, and deeper understanding of my love. Though challenges may at times feel insurmountable, I want you to remember that I parted seas for my people in the past, and I continue to pave roads where none seem to exist. Trust that my provision is unwavering and timely, for I am never late, nor am I rushed, but I move with perfect wisdom, ensuring you receive what you need at precisely the right time. The mountains you face, whether they are emotional struggles or external obstacles, will be scaled with my strength, and you will see that what once seemed impossible is now within reach when you rely on my guidance. Take heart in this reality, for my arm is mighty, and my desire to carry you through every storm is unwavering. In your darkest moments, when all seems lost, do not despair, but lift your eyes and see that I remain the same God who performs miracles and breathes life into the most withered places of the human heart. I bring water to the desert, making barren lands bloom. So let that promise be the anchor of your faith when you face loneliness or uncertainty. When you are tempted to believe that your dream is gone or your hope is too frail, remember that I revive what appears dead and restore what looks beyond repair, for I am the resurrection and the life. Do not judge your future by the limited scope of your present reality, for I see beyond what you can perceive, and I know the glorious outcome of each season of your life. Believe in my restorative power, for I am able to make a way where there seems to be none, and my healing is always abundant for those who trust me wholeheartedly. My beloved child, do not fear the hardships that may loom ahead, for they are not permanent, and they do not define you, but instead they have the potential to refine you into the radiant gem I always knew you would become. Turn away from the voices that say you will remain stuck, or that you are unworthy of peace, for I have already spoken a different word over your life, a declaration of victory and belonging that no earthly opinion can overturn. Be still in my presence, and let the peace that I bring settle every conflict in your heart, removing the chaos of worry and doubt that tries to overshadow your faith. Remember, you are my precious creation, and I delight in seeing you walk confidently in the promises I have laid out before you. Rest in my embrace, for I watch over you with a diligent, unwavering love that never fails or diminishes. I am the shepherd who leaves the 99 to seek the one lost sheep, and such is my devotion toward you. So do not fear being abandoned, for I have claimed you as my own. Even when you feel distant or your heart is weighed down with guilt, I am quick to forgive and to draw you close, reminding you that my love was never conditional upon your perfection. I count every hair on your head, I bottle every tear you shed, and I remain steadfast in my pursuit of your heart, never hesitating to cast aside your past mistakes once you turn to me. Let me free you from the burden of condemnation and embrace the grace that I freely offer, allowing it to transform and renew your soul. Stand tall, for I have declared you worthy, and my words stand forever, unshaken by the judgments of the world. Dear child, I know the weight of weariness that can settle in your bones, making each day seem like a challenge to simply rise and keep going. yet I am here to renew your strength, just as I do for the eagle soaring against the wind. Seek me in the quiet moments, and in the busyness of life, whisper your concerns and desires, for I hear them all, and I will respond with the gentleness of a breeze and the power of a roaring tempest, precisely as needed. Do not be discouraged when progress feels slow, for I excel in slow transformations that lead to lasting changes, molding your character and reinforcing your foundation so you will not crumble under life's pressures. Draw near to me and discover that my comfort transcends any fleeting peace the world can offer, as I infuse your spirit with resilience and unwavering hope. Lift your gaze upward, for there is new strength flowing from my heart to yours, ready to carry you into brighter days. There will be moments when you question my ways and wonder why certain prayers seem to go unanswered. But I invite you to trust the depth of my wisdom, which far surpasses human understanding. Sometimes I work in ways that you cannot immediately see, aligning circumstances and preparing hearts so that the ultimate outcome serves a far greater purpose than the immediate answer you sought. It is not that I delight in withholding good things from you. On the contrary, my longing is to bless you beyond measure, yet I also see the tapestry of eternity, while you perceive but a single thread in the grand design. Therefore, do not lose heart when delays frustrate your plans, or when silence tests your faith, for even in the quiet moments, I am actively working all things for your good. Embrace patience, knowing that my timing is perfect, and I am orchestrating a magnificent story through your life. Remember, dear one, that I am the potter, and you are the clay, soft and moldable in my hands, and though the shaping process can be uncomfortable, the outcome is a vessel of honor. Do not resist the refining fire that I sometimes permit, for it serves to remove impurities and to bring forth your deepest strengths, unveiling gifts you never realized were within you. When you feel the heat of trials surrounding you, cling to the truth that I am by your side, carefully overseeing every step of the process, never allowing the flames to consume you entirely. Let me reshape your attitudes, heal your wounds, and refine your dreams so that they align more perfectly with my divine blueprint for your life. Rejoice in this growth, for every hardship you endure is proof that you are my chosen child, destined for greater glory, and I will not let a single trial go to waste. My cherished one, open your heart to me in prayer, even when words fail you, and all that escapes your lips is a gentle sigh or tearful groan, for I understand the language of your soul. Lay your burdens at my feet, whether they are anxieties about finances, concerns about a loved one, or the weight of guilt you've carried for too long, because I am eager to shoulder them for you. Do not think that I require elaborate rituals or perfect words, for I only desire the sincerity of your heart, the honest cry of your spirit, seeking my listening ear. Every petition you bring before me matters, from the grandest request to the tiniest hope, and I respond with the wisdom of a father who sees the span of eternity. Trust that your prayers never fall into emptiness, but rise like incense before my throne, a sweet aroma that I am pleased to receive. Yes, dear one, I see the longing in your heart to find meaning in every season of life, and I say to you, do not grow weary in your search, for I am the source of true purpose. Through the quiet routines of day-to-day tasks and the unexpected turns of life's tapestry, I am weaving a bigger picture of redemption, and I have chosen to partner with you in this unfolding plan. Let go of the notion that you must achieve extraordinary feats by human standards, for I look upon the humble acts of love, the quiet prayers at dawn, and the kind words offered to strangers as profound deeds in my kingdom. Your life, surrendered into my hands, becomes a lighthouse in the darkness, shining with the warmth of faith and hope for those around you. Embrace the profound truth that your existence holds great significance, because I have called you to be part of my continuing story of grace and love. When you reflect on your past, you may see scars that seem to remind you of your brokenness and cause you to question whether your present or future can be free from that pain. Yet I urge you to see these marks not as disqualifications, but as testimonies of overcoming. I have been with you in every heartbreak, every disappointment, and every regret, and I have borne them alongside you, promising that I can turn even the most crippling wound into a channel of blessing. Rather than concealing the evidence of your trials, let them shine as proof of my faithfulness, and do not shy away from sharing your journey with others who tread similar paths. For by your story of healing and resilience, you speak loudly of my power to redeem and my willingness to restore even what once seemed irreparable. Embrace your scars, for they display my grace at work in your life, reminding you and the world that nothing is beyond my restoration. Therefore, do not let condemnation shroud your heart, convincing you that you are too far gone or too stained to receive my love, because I have already seen the worst of you, and still, I draw you near with compassion. I do not keep a record of your failures once you have given them over to me, nor do I measure your worth by human standards. Instead, I see in you the image of my own likeness, though it might be hidden beneath layers of guilt or sorrow, and I yearn to unveil it, lovingly removing each layer until you are radiant with divine light. Let go of shame and embrace the identity of a redeemed child, for I have called you out of darkness into my marvelous light, where you can walk in the freedom of grace. Stand firm, beloved, for no power can separate you from my love when you rest in the redemption I have poured upon you. I am your refuge and your fortress, a safe dwelling place where you can take shelter from the storms that rage both outside and within. When the winds of adversity roar and thunderclaps of sudden trials echo in your life, run to me without hesitation, for my arms are open wide, ready to shield you from every assault that threatens to steal your peace. Let my word be the anchor of your heart, reminding you of my promises which stand firm through every generation, unwavering and steadfast, no matter how fierce the tempest. Do not allow fear to convince you that you are unprotected or vulnerable, for in my presence you find impenetrable defense against the woes that may test your faith. Take refuge here, within the security of my grace, and let your soul breathe freely, knowing that you dwell under the watchful eye of the Almighty. Should you feel lost in the maze of life, uncertain of which path to take or which decision to make, remember that I am the divine navigator who charts your course, never leaving you to wander aimlessly. I whisper guidance in the stillness of your heart, nudging you toward the choice that leads to lasting peace. Even when it challenges your comfort or defies your limited logic, trust that my wisdom transcends human comprehension, and the footprints I leave before you reveal a path lined with spiritual growth, character refinement, and breakthroughs beyond your imagination. Resist the urge to rely solely on your own understanding, for I beckon you to lean on me, to acknowledge my lordship in every facet of your life, and to discover that when I guide, I do so with meticulous care. Allow me to direct your steps, and you will find that even the crooked roads straighten and the darkest nights give way to dawn. In moments when you are tempted to blend in with the crowd, to compromise your values, or to lose sight of the beauty I placed within you, hear my gentle call to remain true to your identity in me. You are not a mistake nor an afterthought in this vast universe, but a beacon of light specifically designed to reflect my glory in a world that desperately needs hope. Therefore, dare to be different when you must stand for truth. Dare to show compassion when bitterness is the norm, and dare to hold on to faith when cynicism lurks around every corner. Though it might feel lonely at times, remember that you are part of a larger story, woven into the tapestry of countless believers who have walked faithfully before you. Stand firm in who you are, for you are set apart, precious, and immeasurably loved, and I will strengthen you when your resolve begins to waver. Let me remind you of the joyous truth that I delight in you, not because of your achievements, but simply because you are mine, fashioned in my image and called by my name. I am pleased every time you draw near to me, whether through song, prayer, or silent meditation on my promises, because your intimacy with me brings you closer to the life I intended for you. When you serve others with kindness, feed the hungry, or comfort the hurting, I rejoice at how my love flows through you like a river, watering thirsty souls and proving that grace is alive in the world. Find solace in the knowledge that your daily steps matter to me, that even your simplest act of obedience or quiet moment of worship ascends to my throne as a fragrant offering. Embrace this reality, beloved, and carry on, encouraged by the love that sees you and cherishes you completely. I hear the cry of your heart for deeper connection, for genuine relationships that uplift you and reflect my love, and I am already orchestrating divine appointments and kindred spirits to walk beside you. Do not fear rejection or isolation, because the bonds I create are formed upon the bedrock of genuine commitment and mutual encouragement, rather than the shallow foundations of mere convenience. Should you feel alone in your convictions, remember that I have a people set apart all around you, those whose hearts beat in harmony with my own, eager to share in your joys and support you in your trials. Pray for these relationships and watch how I bring precious souls into your life at precisely the right time, weaving companionship and support into the tapestry of your journey. Rejoice, for you are part of a greater community of faith, a family bound by my spirit and strengthened by unconditional love. When anxiety attempts to claim your mind, whispering that you must fight each battle in your own strength, let my words override those fears, reminding you that I hold you securely in my hands. You do not have to carry the heavy burdens of this world upon your shoulders, nor must you orchestrate every detail of your life, for my sovereignty is active and enduring. Open your heart to the peace that only I can give, a peace that surpasses understanding and calms the troubled waters of your soul, allowing you to find serenity amidst chaos. Remember that when you cast your cares upon me, I do not recoil but draw closer, taking those worries and enveloping them in my boundless mercy. Breathe freely, child, for my shoulders are broad enough to bear every concern, and I am committed to seeing you through every challenge you face. When you see injustice in the world, cruelty that seems to thrive unchecked, and suffering that breaks your heart, I assure you that your tears of compassion do not go unnoticed. I, too, grieve over the pain that sin brings into my creation, and I call my children to be my hands and feet, reaching out to heal, to comfort, and to stand for righteousness. Do not be overwhelmed by the enormity of the task, for I equip you with spiritual authority, enabling you to shine light into the darkest corners, to extend grace where hatred abounds, and to be a voice of truth in places of deception. Even the smallest act of kindness, done in my name, reverberates throughout eternity, for love has a power that transcends the immediate moment. Fear not the magnitude of brokenness, for I have already overcome the world, and through you I continue to spread hope that restores hearts and nations. My beloved, do not forget the importance of rest, both in body and spirit, For you are not called to wear yourself down by ceaseless activity or anxious striving. In my design, there is a rhythm of work and rest, a sacred balance that nourishes you and keeps you aligned with the flow of my spirit. Find moments of stillness where you can listen for my voice in the silence, letting my words revive your weary soul and clear your cluttered mind. Lay aside the temptation to measure your worth by productivity, and instead, remember that I valued you before you accomplished a single task, loving you simply because you are my creation. Receive this invitation to Sabbath rest, trusting that when you pause and commune with me, I will renew your strength, fill you with fresh vision, and guard you from the snares of burnout. I understand your fears, those lingering insecurities that whisper you are not good enough, that your past defines you, or that your future is riddled with failure, but I invite you to see yourself through my eyes of grace. Do not be limited by the judgments of others or by your own self-critical thoughts, for I, the Lord, have declared you capable and worthy of the destiny I have laid before you. Each day, I stand ready to exchange your burdensome doubts for my liberating truth, reminding you that all things are possible for one who believes and who walks hand in hand with me. Do not shrink back when life challenges you to grow or step into new territories, for my spirit is within you, bestowing wisdom, courage, and resilience. Rise up, for I have planned a harvest for your life that will bring blessing not only to you, but to those around you, and I will guide you every step of the way. Yes, I see the moments when your heart is overwhelmed with longing for loved ones who are far from faith or ensnared in difficulties that you cannot solve, and I encourage you to bring each one into my presence. Let your tears become prayers, your concerns a bridge for my intervention, for I love them even more deeply than you do, and my power to reach and transform hearts is limitless. Trust that my spirit is already at work, stirring convictions, softening hardened minds, and bringing about divine appointments that gently guide souls toward truth. Though it may take time, and though free will remains a gift I preserve, be assured that I never stop pursuing any heart that has wandered from me. Therefore, keep praying with fervor and entrust them to me, knowing that in my perfect timing, you will witness miracles of healing, reconciliation, and restoration. I encourage you also to cultivate a heart of gratitude, acknowledging even the smallest blessings that color your life, from the soft warmth of morning sunlight to the supportive words of a friend. Thanksgiving is a powerful posture, lifting your spirit above the troubles that weigh you down and reminding you that I am consistently pouring out grace in ways both subtle and grand. When you focus on what you do have rather than what you lack, you align your heart with my abundance, inviting my favor and dispelling the gloom of dissatisfaction. Let gratitude be the melody of your daily walk, a tune that resonates with heaven, fueling your joy and energizing your faith. Remember, I too rejoice when you appreciate the intricate blessings I weave into your day, for it draws us closer in intimate fellowship. Do not imagine that your pain or your hardships disqualify you from my love or my calling, for in truth, it is often in broken vessels that my light shines most brilliantly. When you surrender your wounds to me, they become a testimony of my healing power, an illustration of how my grace triumphs over adversity. Think of how a single seed must break open in the ground before new life can emerge. So it is with your trials, which, when entrusted to me, sprout growth you never thought possible. There is no shame in your scars or in the battles you have fought, for they mark you as an overcomer, someone who has leaned on my power to stand in the face of despair. Let my love permeate those hurts and turn them into a wellspring of compassion for others who suffer, proving that hope is always within reach. Your relationship with me need not be complicated, nor should it ever be distant, for I call you to draw near with childlike faith, expecting good things from my hand and trusting my heart. Dwell in my word, savor its promises, and let it shape your perspective. For in it, you will find the blueprint for abundant living, the map that leads you closer to my character. When doubts arise, counter them with truth, reminding yourself that I am your steadfast anchor, the unmovable rock upon which you can build every hope and dream. Invite me into each moment, waking, working, resting, allowing my presence to infuse your day with wonder and purpose that surpass the mundane. Walk with me, beloved, and experience the profound fulfillment that springs from a life intimately connected to its Creator, a soul confident in the knowledge that it is perfectly loved. I see the desire in your heart to serve, to be a vessel of my grace in a world that hungers for compassion. And I urge you to follow this prompting, stepping out in faith wherever I lead. Whether it is offering a listening ear to someone in distress, lending practical support to your community, or sharing the message of hope with those who haven't heard, I will empower you as you do my work. Fear not your own limitations or the possibility of making mistakes, for my strength is made perfect in your weakness, and my Spirit within you will give you words to speak and wisdom to discern each situation. As you serve, watch how your own faith flourishes and your sense of purpose grows. For there is no greater joy than partnering with me in restoring and uplifting what was once broken. Rise up, dear child, and embrace your calling, for your unique gifts are needed in this vast vineyard. Though the path of faith may feel lonely at times, know that you are part of a wondrous family, composed of believers throughout history and across the globe, all knit together by love that transcends human barriers. They too faced persecutions, doubts, and struggles, yet they pressed on, encouraged by the same promise that sustains you today, that I am with you, faithful to the end. Thus, do not let isolation cripple your walk. Seek out companionship and fellowship, worship, and shared prayer, where your spirit can be nourished and your burdens divided. Celebrate together, weep together, stand shoulder to shoulder in adversity, and watch as the bonds of unity grow strong and unbreakable. Be encouraged, for you are never a solitary traveler on this road of faith, and the support I provide goes far beyond what the eye can see, spanning centuries and cultures in a tapestry of shared belief. Place your trust in me, for my knowledge of you is complete, past, present, and future, and I hold the keys to doors you have not yet imagined. Sometimes you may fear that your dreams will remain unfulfilled, or that time is slipping away, but I remind you that I am the restorer of all things, able to reclaim years that seemed lost and to accelerate blessings in my perfect season. Embrace my timing, even when it disagrees with your schedule, believing that I am orchestrating the details of your life for an outcome more beautiful than you could envision. When you feel restless, surrender that restlessness to me and let me shape your aspirations according to my good pleasure, transforming them into blessings both for you and for those who will be influenced by your obedience. Keep your hope alive, dear one, and watch how I redeem each moment, each dream, and each desire you yield into my capable hands. I am your sure foundation, the rock upon which you stand, and though the earth beneath you may quake with uncertainties, I remain unshaken, ready to steady you when everything else seems to falter. Build your life on my truth, for the philosophies and opinions of this world shift like sand, leaving those who depend on them adrift in confusion. When you anchor your identity, your purpose, and your hopes in me, You stand resilient even in the fiercest storms, for my word is unchanging and my nature constant. Let the security of this reality calm your anxious heart, as you rest in the knowledge that I will not fail you nor forsake you, regardless of the challenges or changes ahead. Dear one, root yourself deeply in my love, and you will remain steady, a tower of faith that no calamity can topple. Keep in mind that the enemy of your soul seeks to sow discord, discouragement, and doubt, hoping to derail your faith and steal your joy, but you need not cower before his schemes. I have equipped you with spiritual armor, truth, righteousness, the gospel of peace, faith, salvation, and the sword of my word, so that you may stand victorious against every fiery dart of accusation. When you sense the shadows of negativity creeping into your thoughts, immediately counter them with the light of my promises, reminding yourself that you are beloved, redeemed, and protected. Reject lies that stir fear or condemnation, and instead proclaim the truths I have spoken over you, letting them echo in your heart until peace replaces turmoil. Be bold, my child, for your adversary cannot withstand the strength of the one who lives in you, and through me you are more than a conqueror. Let me speak directly to your heart. I am the God of new beginnings, and I revel in giving my children fresh starts when it seems all hope has vanished. Nothing you have done, no failure you have endured, nor any sin you have committed can place you outside the reach of my mercy, for my arms stretch endlessly to gather my own. If you are weary of old patterns, toxic relationships, or persistent guilt, turn it all over to me, and let me breathe upon your spirit, reviving and cleansing you. In me, there is always an opportunity to begin again, to uproot the decay of past regrets, and to sow seeds of transformation and renewal. Accept this invitation, dear one, and step into the brightness of a new chapter, unburdened by yesterdays and confident in my grace that never fails. I understand that trusting wholeheartedly is a challenge when wounds from the past cast long shadows, making you cautious and guarded, but I urge you to open your heart to the gentle healing of my spirit. Let forgiveness wash over you, healing your memories, softening your bitterness, and liberating you from the chains that bind you to old hurts. The act of forgiving others, and even yourself, paves the way for my peace to flourish, creating fertile ground for love and reconciliation to grow. Do not let pride or fear hold you captive in resentment's prison, for in my kingdom, mercy triumphs over judgment, and forgiveness paves the road to true freedom. Offer this sacrifice of grace and see how your heart becomes lighter, allowing my love to flow unhindered into every corner of your being. Rise above the circumstances that appear to confine you, remembering that I specialize in turning limitations into breakthroughs, whether they be financial constraints, health challenges, or emotional struggles. Though you may feel trapped, like a bird with clipped wings, I assure you that I can restore your ability to soar, giving you fresh opportunities and renewed vitality that transcend human explanation. Trust me to open doors that no one can shut, to lay pathways where none existed, and to direct you toward fulfilling my purposes in ways that will astound you. Even in your weakness I am strong, and through your humble surrender, I manifest my power, making you a sign of hope to those who watch from afar. Embrace this knowledge and press forward, confident that my solutions often exceed the boundaries of logic and that nothing is impossible for me. My beloved, let me remind you that you are my ambassador of love in this world, carrying within you the message of reconciliation and hope that every soul desperately needs. Extend patience and understanding to those who stumble or reject you, for you do not speak on your own authority, but on mine, and my grace is sufficient to touch even the hardest hearts. When conflict arises, be a peacemaker, one who sows unity instead of discord, knowing that every seed of kindness you plant can yield a mighty harvest for my kingdom. As you represent me, do so with humility and compassion, never forgetting that I first loved you, even when you had little love to give in return. Shine brightly, child, for you are a carrier of my light, entrusted with the privilege of revealing my grace in your words, your deeds, and your very presence. When life's pace becomes frantic and you feel pulled in 100 different directions, cling to the truth that your primary calling is to abide in me, nurturing our relationship above all else. Your achievements, while important, pale in comparison to the depth of connection I desire with you, a communion that infuses every task with significance. Let your moments with me shape your perspective, reminding you that you are loved, chosen, and destined for eternal fellowship. In that place of spiritual intimacy, I impart wisdom that clarifies your purpose, guidance that resolves your confusion, and courage that propels you to move forward in confidence. Do not let distractions rob you of this most precious connection. Instead, prioritize your relationship with me and watch how everything else falls into proper alignment. Embrace joy as your companion, even when trials press you hard, for my joy gives you strength to endure and to rise above life's struggles. Rejoice in my faithfulness, thinking back on all the ways I have delivered and provided for you, and you will see that your present challenges shrink in comparison to my proven power. Joy is not the absence of difficulty, but the presence of hope, anchored in the unchanging truth that I have overcome the world. When sorrow attempts to cast its shadows, let my promises remind you of the sunlight that still shines beyond the clouds. Sing praises with a grateful heart, for when you do, you proclaim faith in a future shaped by my goodness, a testimony that adversity cannot silence. I want you to know that every day is an opportunity for you to grow closer to me, to delve deeper into understanding my heart, and to reflect my character more clearly to those you encounter. Do not dismiss the significance of daily faithfulness, thinking that you need grand gestures or monumental events to please me, for I cherish your consistent devotion, even in the simplest tasks. Each moment, as you surrender your anxieties, decisions, and praises to me, you cultivate a relationship that thrives on trust, forging an unbreakable bond that no storm can destroy. Recognize that you carry my presence wherever you go, transforming ordinary spaces into sacred ground through your prayers and your heartfelt worship. Walk this earth with holy confidence, knowing that you are my dwelling place, and I fill you with life that radiates to the world around you. Beloved, as you read these words, let them not just comfort you, but stir you to action, urging you to draw nearer to my heart in prayer, in worship, and in every choice you make. Invite me into your struggles, your celebrations, your routine, and your uncertainties, for I yearn to be your guiding light in all things. When you face setbacks, hold on to my promise that I am crafting a future brimming with blessings, opportunities, and divine surprises beyond your wildest hopes. Seek my counsel diligently, for I do not withhold direction from those who ask in earnest, and I will not forsake you once you set your heart to follow me. Be encouraged in all you do, for I, the Lord your God, have promised to walk beside you, to lead you with kindness, and to uphold you with my victorious hand. Therefore, my child, do not dread tomorrow or the shifting tides of life, for with every sunrise my mercies are made new, ensuring that you have sufficient grace to meet each day's challenges. I see your future, and it is not one of defeat or despair, but of purpose, joy, and kingdom impact, for my plans stand firm, and my words never return void. Dare to dream again, to imagine the amazing possibilities that unfold when you partner with me, and let your faith boldly reach for heights that once seemed out of grasp. Stand with courage, knowing that while seasons change and loved ones come and go, I remain your everlasting anchor, the one who knew you before time began and will forever be your fortress. Step forward in hope, for you are never alone, and the best is indeed yet to come. Remember that my love for you is unchanging, a steadfast presence that binds the broken pieces of your heart and lifts your eyes to the promise of tomorrow. No tribulation, no failure, and no set of circumstances can diminish the intensity of my affection, because I am love in its purest form, and I pour it out upon you without measure. Take this truth as your shield against the doubts that may assail you when you encounter struggles, for nothing can sever the bond we share. Rest in my embrace, confident that I accept you fully, and stand ready to lavish you with compassion every day you turn to me. Walk forward, then, with the assurance that my unfailing devotion envelopes you, gently guiding you toward peace, hope, and victory. As you come to the close of these reflections, know that my blessing rests upon you and your household, enveloping you in a grace that is sufficient for each moment. I bless your comings and goings, your endeavors and your dreams, aligning them with my divine purposes so that you may flourish like a well-watered garden. May my peace guard your heart and mind from every anxiety, enabling you to stand firm in faith despite every challenge that arises. Receive this blessing with open arms, acknowledging that I am the giver of all good things, the fountain of life from which every precious gift flows. Be assured that my heart is set on your well-being, and I desire that you live abundantly in the freedom my Son purchased for you. Therefore, take these promises and hold them close, letting them shape your thoughts and strengthen your resolve to walk in my ways. Look to the horizon with anticipation, for I am the God who leads you from glory to glory, ever unveiling new aspects of my character and new dimensions of your calling. The season you find yourself in now is merely a chapter in a larger story, one that concludes with triumphant joy and eternal unity with me. Stay the course with unwavering trust, knowing that I have prepared a bright and bountiful tomorrow, filled with my favor for those who remain close to me. Rejoice in this certainty, beloved, for I am your God, and I have declared it. The best is yet to come. My dear child, I want you to always remember that in every season, whether it brings sunshine or rain, I remain steadfast, offering hope that never falters and mercy that never runs dry. Embrace this truth when you feel the world's demands pressing hard upon your shoulders, or when disappointments threaten to snuff out the ember of faith burning within you. Recall the many times I rescued those who trusted in me, from the fiery furnace to the lion's den, and see that I continue to deliver today, for I am unchanging, committed to revealing my glory through your life. Let your prayers ascend as sweet incense, rising from a heart confident in my goodness, and watch how quickly I move on your behalf, orchestrating details to manifest blessings you never anticipated. Stand firm in your calling and hold fast to love, for in love you find true strength, and in my presence you find boundless courage. I urge you, precious one, to take time to reflect on my works throughout history, stories that echo my unwavering commitment to redeem and to save, from the rescue of a nation from slavery in Egypt to the boldness granted to the early church under persecution. These aren't mere fables or ancient tales. They testify to my enduring nature, a steadfast anchor for your soul, even in the roughest seas. Celebrate these accounts not as distant memories, but as living promises that I am the same God, yesterday, today, and forever. Know that the same power that parted the sea also parts the waves of doubt in your life, guiding you to walk on solid ground toward your divine destiny. In this assurance, let your heart bloom with joy and move forward with confidence that I, the Almighty, continue to work wonders through your faith. You might wonder how you can discern my voice in the midst of countless clamoring messages that bombard your mind daily, and I say, quiet your spirit in my presence, and my still small voice will become clear. I don't speak to you in confusion or chaos, but in gentle whispers that align with my word, bringing peace rather than turmoil. Learning to hear me is a journey, much like a child recognizing the voice of a loving parent, so don't be discouraged if it takes time to hone this awareness. Persist in seeking me, meditating on my truth, and remaining watchful for confirmations, whether they arrive through scripture, timely counsel from others, or the gentle impressions in your heart. My guidance is never far, dear one, for I desire close fellowship more than you can imagine, ever ready to lead you down the paths of righteousness. Let me remind you to never underestimate the potential I have placed within you, for I create masterpieces, not mere products of chance. Look upon the dreams stirring in your heart, the visions that you ponder with both excitement and apprehension, and recognize them as seeds I have planted, waiting for your trust and obedience to water them. Though you may feel inadequate to bring them to fruition, remember that your insufficiency is the very stage upon which my all-sufficiency is displayed. When you take one small step of faith, I respond with favor and provision, aligning resources and divine connections in ways that surpass human explanation. Therefore, do not hide from your destiny, but arise in boldness, for the potential I have woven into your being is an expression of my love, designed to flourish for the greater good. You are on a journey of grace, and I want you to walk it without rushing, for every chapter has lessons and treasures that will shape you into the person I envisioned from the very beginning. Sometimes the process may feel slow or even stagnant, but remember that the most magnificent trees take time to mature, stretching their roots deep into fertile soil so they might stand firm against the fiercest winds. Likewise, as you allow my word to penetrate your heart, as you remain open to my refining presence, and as you nurture a spirit of gratitude, you will find yourself growing stronger in ways you did not foresee. Embrace each season, whether it is pruning or harvest, and trust that I orchestrate every moment in your life with divine purpose, ensuring that you emerge with character, resilience, and a testimony that radiates my goodness. Rest in this timeline, dear one, for I do all things well, and my timing is never flawed. My beloved child, stay vigilant, for the adversary prowls like a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour by sowing seeds of temptation, doubt, and despair. But fear not, for I have granted you the victory through my Son, enabling you to stand against such schemes with a heart guarded by faith and a mind renewed by my truth. Place your concerns before me in prayer, lifting up every aspect of your life to my throne of grace, for it is in humble dependence upon me that you are made strong. Be alert, but not anxious. Be wise, but not fearful. For I am the God who neither slumbers nor sleeps, keeping watch over you day and night. Rejoice in this protection, child, and press forward, reminding the darkness that the light of my presence cannot be extinguished. Before you lies a grand adventure, unique in design, fashioned to fulfill your deepest longings while displaying the wonder of my sovereignty to a world in need of hope. Reflect on all the ways I have already shown myself faithful, each instance of help foreshadowing even greater works to come. Look ahead without dread, for my provision awaits, tailor-made to your circumstances, ensuring that you have what you need at just the right time. Let each new morning greet you with the anticipation of my mercies, renewed daily, and let each evening find you grateful for the ways I have guided your steps. You are part of something far bigger than yourself, an essential player in my divine drama of redemption, and I delight in walking each moment of this journey alongside you, bearing your sorrows and multiplying your joys. Therefore, rest now in the knowledge that I, your creator and sustainer, have written a marvelous story over your life, one infused with purpose, hope, and an ending crowned with eternal glory. All I ask is that you remain close to me, abiding in my love, and allowing your faith to blossom through prayer, worship, and daily reliance on my Holy Spirit. When storms arise, cling to my promises. When triumphs come, humbly thank me for the victory. And when confusion arises, remember that I am not the author of chaos, but of peace. In all things, keep your eyes on me, for I am the Alpha and the Omega, the one who walked with you before you took a single step, and who will remain with you until the final breath. Rise up, my precious child, and move forward with confidence, for I have secured your future, and my everlasting arms surround you with an unbreakable bond of love.